Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so we should be live. We're live on YouTube and not yet on LinkedIn. This is a test. Let's see a little bit. Okay, nice. So finally, masterclass Wednesday. Let's make sure we got the right settings. Okay, so YouTube, we are fully live. It went all the way in the app. Let's see if it picks it up. It should, because it is 12 o'clock and we gotta go live on LinkedIn. Ah, it's not picking it up here. Okay, I need to look into that later. All right, we'll see. Okay, nice. We are live on LinkedIn. That's great. Welcome, everybody, to Masterclass Wednesday. And we are live right now on LinkedIn and on YouTube. And so make sure to follow us, give us a like, share it, because I don't know if I'm really going to leave the recording there on the platforms. We're pretty much testing it. Normally, these Wednesdays masterclass are happening within our membership portal, which we are launching soon. But right now, we're making sure that everything is working properly, building up the content, and so on. So, really, if you're interested in knowing more, just send me a message on LinkedIn, give us a like in the comment section, and then I can tell you more about it. But today, we're very, very special Masterclass Wednesday because today it's actually about storytelling, a topic that is very, very close to me, that I get to work with a lot of entrepreneurs and companies, helping them completely transform the way that they communicate their message. And I actually came across this a while back, and about 8 years ago, I discovered the power of storytelling. I was delivering a presentation, actually a speech, and where I decided to go all in. I decided to just let go and be vulnerable and share a story of how I came to a realization that completely transformed my life. I talk about the struggle that I had. I talk about the challenges and how I tried to solve it, but how things were not improving, and in the end, how I managed to overcome that situation. Now, completely at the end of the event, somebody came to me and told me, or thanked me actually, for me sharing my story, because she was actually in a similar situation. And by sharing my journey and what I did and how it went, she was able to understand and realize exactly what she needed to do. And so she wanted to thank me. And in that moment, that's when I understood the power of storytelling in changing somebody's perspectives and providing a new way of doing something. Now, when it comes to your business, I think the biggest experience that I had was actually while I was doing the Vienna pitch training. And this is in the beginning, where I was really struggling to communicate my products and services, and I was really shy, and I was awkwardly feeling about sales and so on. And I will never forget how at the end, as I share my story again, somebody came to me and I was like, "So what do you sell? Like that's it? You're not gonna sell us anything?" And in that moment, combining the two, I understood how through the power of stories, we're able to change somebody's perspectives. And because we provide a new perspective on something, we're able to open up a whole new world for them that now they want more from us. And that is exactly what I'm going to be sharing with you today because I am tired of hearing and seeing entrepreneurs thinking that just because they're going to develop the best product ever with the best features and the best benefits, everybody's going to see value and they're going to rush their way wanting to buy their product. The reality is that it doesn't matter if you have the best product in the world, if people can see value, if your competition can communicate it in a simpler way, in a more engaging, story like way, your customers are going to go to them, even if you may have a better product. And so that's why I'm so excited to be sharing with you today my 3-step framework on how you can put together a persuasive business story. Exactly what I'm going to be sharing with you right now is the stuff that I've been focusing on, studying, coaching, delivering workshops on over the last 6 years. And yeah, obviously, we can talk about it for the next 2 weeks, but I wanted to give you a quick 3-step framework that you can just immediately implement in your business so that you can start seeing results. And what's that? Well, the first thing is that we need to commit to telling the story. And the whole reason why that girl back in that experience was able to connect and find herself in my story, it's because I went all in. When we're telling stories, what happens is that we become self-aware and we start thinking that maybe I'm talking too much and maybe this is not important, they don't need to know about that, I don't want to share this. And that's exactly the problem why your story is not really connecting with people. If every time you, let's say you had a fun experience over the weekend and then on Monday or something happened to you and you go on Monday, Tuesday, you try to tell to somebody what happened to you. And so you're super excited, it was super life changing for you, and you share it and the other person is like, yeah, I don't get it. And in that moment is one of those where you're like, well, I guess you had to be there. This happens not because you suck at storytelling. This happens because you didn't commit to telling the story. You didn't go all in focusing or trying to move your listener emotionally so that they can be in the same state of mind that you were when this thing happened to you. That's why they don't get it. They don't connect. You didn't manage to tell them enough about the context for them to understand how you used to be in that moment when the thing happened to you so that they can also be there and they can see things from your perspective. And so the first thing that you need to think about or that you need to do when telling your story is you need to commit to it. You need to go all in. Sometimes you're like, well, this is not relevant. This is relevant. They don't need to know. It's only by testing that actually you get to know and by experimenting. But the reality is that the majority of the time you're not going all in. You're sharing too little and you're being too vague about your story so that the person doesn't manage to connect emotionally to where you used to be. And it's only when you're able to move them emotionally that they will be able to understand your perspective and that you'll be able to change their minds. So, step number one, go all in. Commit to telling the story. If people are telling you that they don't get it and you feel like, I guess you had to be there, that's because you are not committing enough. Number two, have you seen the movie Taken with Liam Neeson? Well, in any movie out there, you know that there is one message, one goal, one thing that the hero is after. In the movie Taken, Liam Neeson is not trying to open a bakery, is not trying to paint the house, he's just trying to do one thing, and that is to get his daughter back. Now, because we're so excited about our business and we see so much potential, we can help this person, we can do this and we can do that, and then we can incorporate all these different elements. What's happening is pretty much we're talking about how we're going to open a bakery and we're going to paint the house and then we're going to rescue our kidnapped daughter and so on. This is one of the biggest reasons why your story is not connecting with your target customer. You're targeting too many people, you're selling them too many things. You need one target, one product that you're selling to them, one problem that you are solving. And so, step number 2 is talk about one thing and one thing only. All right, let's go to step number 3. And I think that this is one of the biggest things when it comes to telling a story around your company. This is exactly the thing that people get wrong. And if you get this wrong, instead of attracting customers to you, you're actually going to push them away. And that is that you are making the story about you. When it comes to your customer and their journey as they go and look for solutions to solve their problem, what we need to understand is that when it comes to their story, in their own journey, we need to realize that we are not the hero of the story. We are their mentor. And it is through our products and services that we give them the tools for them to solve their problem and continue moving on. What companies get wrong all the time is that, well, I provided a solution, therefore I'm the hero of the story who saves the day. But no, what this does is that actually pushes your customers away because they are not looking for another hero. They're looking for a mentor that guides them and helps them overcome their problem. And that is the biggest reason why your stories are failing. And so let's bring it up as we wrap up this quick masterclass Wednesday. And let's look into the 3 steps that you need to implement to develop a persuasive story for your business. First thing, commit to the story. Go all in. Don't try to filter out things. The ultimate goal is for the person to move emotionally and project themselves in the same situation in which you were when the whole thing happened. It is only when they move themselves emotionally that they will find themselves in your story and they will be moved and realize what they need to do to solve their own problem. From there, we talk about one thing and one thing only. We need to talk about that one idea, one product to one target customer with one problem. It is when you start trying to solve too many things that people immediately get lost and they don't understand how you can help them. And lastly, realize that you are not supposed to be the hero of the story. Yes, you're telling your story, but only so that your customer can find themselves in it. And that way, they realize that in order to solve their problem, they need to buy your product. And there you have it. That's actually how you develop a persuasive business story for your company. If you have any questions and you're watching us on YouTube or on LinkedIn, make sure that you join our email newsletter. You can go to juanguerra.net. You can register there and get access to the full training from which this masterclass is taken from. Or if you want to go even further, then you can actually join our membership where every Wednesday we go live, and also you get to connect with other entrepreneurs and you get access to more courses and so on and so on. If you're interested about the membership, just go to skillsoflife.net. Thank you very much for joining today. Drop in the comment sections below if you have ideas for different topics or if you have any questions on this Masterclass Wednesday. And I'm looking forward to seeing you next week.